Hello everyone and welcome to Crochet Corner. Since most of us are staying home with our kids, I decided to make a crochet project suitable for the kids' room. If your kids are old enough, they can help you with crocheting the pieces that we're gonna make today. In my case, my kid is still too young to learn to crochet, so I asked him to draw me a picture of flowers and butterflies just to help me to come up with a layout that he would like. So for today's project, we're gonna be using the following supplies. Yarn, I'm using Bernat Handicrafter 100% cotton. A crochet hook, I'm using a 4.5 millimeter. Canvas, unfortunately I didn't have big canvas at home. The only one I had was a small canvas with a dark background. But if you have a bigger one, it will definitely be a better option and gives you more space to work on it. A pair of scissors, a stitch marker, and a wide eye needle will be needed as well. So now we're ready to start the first flower. I'm starting with a magic ring. If you don't like magic rings, you can definitely replace it with the foundation chains. You can chain 6 chains and you connect the first and last chain with a slip stitch to form a ring. Then we chain 1 and into the ring we start making 3 single crochet. Then we chain 5 and back into the ring we make another set of 3 single crochet stitches. We will keep alternating between 3 single crochet and chain 5 till we have 5 sets of each. We get to the last 5 chain set, then we slip stitch into the first single crochet of the round. Then we will slip stitch to the next single crochet stitch, then skip the third single crochet and go directly into the first loop of 5 chains and start making 11 single crochet stitches into that loop. You may need to push the stitches to the side as you go to make extra room for the stitches. Now we will skip the first single crochet of the previous round and slip stitch into the middle one, then skip the last stitch and then insert the hook into the second loop and start making 11 single crochets again. We keep repeating the process till we finish all 5 loops. Now I finished the last loop and ready to slip stitch into the middle of the 3 single crochet. At this point, I need to introduce the green yarn for the flower stem. So I'll insert the hook into the stitch, yarn over using the green yarn and pulling through the 2 loops. Start crocheting chains for the required length of the stem. This is variable depending on the size of your canvas and where you want to place your flower. I chained 15 plus 1, skipped 1 chain and started working single crochet on my way back to the flower itself. After finishing the row of single crochet, slip stitch into the next single crochet of the flower to attach the second row of the stem to it. Now the first flower is ready. Make sure you leave a long tail of each yarn. The tail will be used to attach the flowers to the canvas. Now we will work on the second flower. Again, starting with a magic ring, you can replace it with 4 chains and connecting the first and last stitch with a slip stitch. We chain 1, then into the ring we crochet 6 single crochet stitches. At the end, we slip stitch to the first single crochet stitch to join the round. Chain 1 to start the second round, and into the same stitch where we just did the slip stitch, we will do 2 single crochet stitches into the back loop of the stitch. And mark the first stitch using a stitch marker, just to make sure it's easily identified when we get to the end of the round. And we continue doing 2 single crochets in the back loop only of each stitch till the end of this round. If you will be using a different color to finish the flower, now is the time to introduce the new yarn. Insert your hook into the first single crochet of the round, yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook. Chain 1, and into the same stitch we will do 1 single crochet into the back loop. In the next stitch, make 2 single crochet. We will continue the round alternating between 1 single crochet and 2 single crochet in the next stitch. We should have 18 stitches at the end of this round. At the end, slip stitch to join. In the last round, we're gonna chain 1 into the same stitch, make 2 single crochet in the back loop only. Put the stitch marker in the first stitch, then make 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. We will continue the round with the same sequence. 2 single crochet in the back loop of the first stitch, then 1 single crochet in the back loop of the next 2 stitches. In the end of this round, we will have 24 stitches. At the end of the round, we will slip stitch using the green yarn to start working on the stem. We will work the stem the same way we did with the first flower. The number of chains will be equal to the length of where you want your flower to be on your canvas. Again, remember to leave enough tail of both yarn for attaching the flower to the canvas. Now we are ready to work on the butterfly body. Start with a magic ring or replace the ring with 8 chains, joining the first and last stitch with a slip stitch to form a ring. Chain 2, then into the ring make 5 double crochet stitches. At the end, chain 2, go back into the magic ring and make a slip stitch. Next, we chain 2 and start doing 5 double crochet into the ring. Then we chain 2 and back into the ring to make a slip stitch. Now we have the 2 sides of the wings. Into the chain 2, make 2 slip stitches just to go up the chain. Then chain 2. Into the first stitch, make 2 double crochet. And in the next 3 stitches, make 1 double crochet into each. When you reach the last stitch, make 2 double crochet. Again, chain 2 and go down the chain 2 of the previous row using 2 slip stitches. Back to the ring, we go into the ring and make a slip stitch. We will repeat the same sequence on the other side. 2 slip stitches into the chain 2, just to go up that side. When you reach the top, you chain 2, then into the next stitch you make 2 double crochet stitches, and for the next 3 stitches you make 1 double crochet into each. In the last stitch, you make 2 double crochet. At the end, chain 2, go down the chain 2 of the previous row by making 2 slip stitches, and back into the ring you make a slip stitch. If you decide to make the antenna with a different color, now is the time to change yarn. You turn the work 180 degrees, inserting the hook into the circle and make a slip stitch with the new yarn. Then go over the slip stitch of previous round and chain 1. Now we're ready to start working on the antenna. We make 8 chains. Skip the first 2 stitches from the hook, then slip stitch all the way back to the butterfly body. Go into the ring and make a slip stitch, then over the slip stitch of previous round make another chain to start working on the second antenna. Chain 8, slip stitch into the third chain from the hook, and all the way back to the butterfly we do slip stitches. When you reach the end, slip stitch into the circle to secure the antenna. Cut off the yarn, leaving a long tail. Then pull that tail to the back. Now you can work on weaving in the extra ends of your work, leaving only tails that will be used to attach the flowers and butterfly to the canvas. The last step is attaching your work to the canvas. Try different layouts before you decide how you want to arrange your items on your canvas. Then grab your needle and start sewing around the outside of your flowers and butterfly to the canvas. And this is how the project looks like at the end. I hope you've enjoyed today's project. Please give it a thumbs up. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.